Welcome back to my channel. If you are visiting my space for the first time, you are also highly welcome. This is another quiz time, and in this section, we'll be looking at some questions that are related to the honor. This will help us prepare for questions related to this region in our examination. The first question we'll be looking at here reads, in correct anatomical position, the ulna is located on the dark side of the forearm. We know that the ulna is one of the bony configuration of the forearm region. So what specific position is it placed in the forearm region? Is it in the lateral side? Is it in the inferior region? Is it in the medial side? Or is it in the superior region? Out of all these options, the correct answer as it relates to the position of the ulna in the forearm region is that it is located medially. We know that the radius is located laterally, while the ulna is located medially. Hence, this is the correct answer. The second question here reads that the trochlear notch of the ulna receives the dash. Is it seen to receive the olecranon process? Is it seen to receive the trochlea of the humerus? Is it seen to receive the head of the radius? Or is it the coronoid process? Out of all these options, the correct answer here is the trochlea of the humerus. The trochlea of the humerus is seen as a pollen-like structure that is located at the inferior region of the humerus. This structure is seen to fit into the trochlear notch of the ulna. We already also described this in details in our previous lecture on the ulna. If you've not checked that lecture out, please kindly go and do so to keep yourself updated. Now let's go to the third question, and this reads that which part of the olecranon process receives the common tendon of the triceps brachii muscle? We know that the triceps brachii muscle is a three-headed muscle that is located at the posterior region of the arm. So it is seen to have a common tendon as it descends inferiorly. And we know that the common tendon of the triceps brachii muscle is seen to be inserted on the olecranon process. So what specific region of the olecranon process is this muscle seen to be inserted upon? Is it the anterior part of the superior surface? Is it the lateral surface? Is it the medial surface? Or is it the posterior part of the superior surface? So out of all these options, the correct one is the posterior part of the superior surface. We know that the olecranon process has 5 surfaces. It has the superior surface, it has the anterior surface, the posterior surface, the medial, and also the lateral surface. Out of all these surfaces, the common tendon of the triceps brachii muscle is seen to specifically insert on the posterior part of the superior surface. We say that the anterior part of the superior surface is related to a bursa. But let's go to the fourth question, and this reads that which of the following statements concerning the proximal end of the ulna is correct? Is it the fact that the radial notch receives the coronoid process? Is it the olecranon process fits into the trochlear notch? Is it that the coronoid process fits into the coronoid fossa during flexion? Or is it that the trochlear notch receives the head of the radius? The correct answer here as it relates to the proximal end of the ulna is the fact that the coronoid process fits into the coronoid fossa during flexion. And this is the correct answer. So now let's go to the fifth question, and this reads that the styloid process of the ulna is directed dash. Is the styloid process directed posterior medially? Is it directed anterior laterally? Is it directed posterior laterally? Or is it anterior medially? The correct answer as it relates to the styloid process of the ulna is that this process is directed posterior medially. Now let's go to the sixth question, and this reads that the head of the ulna is directed dash in anatomical position. Is it directed superiorly? Is it directed laterally? Is it directed medially? Or is it directed inferiorly? The correct answer here as it relates to the head of the ulna is that it is directed inferiorly in anatomical position. So if placed in its correct anatomical position, the head is directed at the inferior region. So now let's go to the seventh question, and this reads that the lateral border of the ulna provides attachment for dash. Is it seen to provide attachment for flexor digitorum profundus? Is it seen to create the attachment site for the pronator quadratus? Is it seen to create attachment site for extensor carpal radialis longus? or is it seen to create attachment for interosseous membrane? The correct answer here as it relates to the structure that is related or attached to the lateral border of the ulna is the interosseous membrane. We know that the lateral border of the ulna can also be referred to as interosseous border, and this is just because it creates attachment site for the interosseous membrane. So now let's go to the eighth question, and this reads that the ulnar tuberosity provides attachment for the dash. Is it for the brachialis? Is it for the triceps brachii muscle? Is it for the pronator teres, or is it for the extensor carpi ulnaris? The correct answer here as it relates to the ulnar tuberosity is the brachialis muscle. We know that the brachialis muscle is one of the muscles that are located in the anterior compartment of the arm region. This muscle is seen to insert on ulnar tuberosity. Now let's go to the ninth question, and this reads that the shaft of the ulna is described as having dash borders. Is it seen as having the anterior, posterior, and medial borders? Is it seen as having the medial, lateral, and anterior borders? Is it seen as having anterior, posterior, and lateral borders? Or is it superior, inferior, and medial borders? The correct answer as it relates to the borders created by the shaft of the ulna is the anterior, posterior, and lateral borders. These are the three borders that the shaft of the ulna presents. Now let's go to the last question, and this is the 10th question, and this reads that dash is related to the supinator fossa. Is it the pronator quadratus? Is it the flexor digitorum superficialis? Is it the extensor pollicis longus? Or is it the supinator? The correct answer here as it relates to the muscular attachment or relation to the supinator fossa is the supinator muscle. This muscle is seen to be related to this specific region. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you find this video useful. Have your grades in the comment section.